Thank you, Councillor George. Councillor Bill, there was an original amendment there that might actually serve you better now than the present B.
What are you talking about?
What? Just hang on. So I want to hear those figures again. But what is the cost for B? What's the anticipated?
190,000.
100 and?
The cost of B is 130,000, and that will be effectively the same as the cost of the other resolution lower down as well.
It's per annum?
Per annum, yes.
So a compromise, Mr. Mayor, might be to just consider cafes, because that's the killer.
The point is that you'll lose the revenue because people will just move inside. I mean, they don't have the foot traffic that you guys have, and it's very rich coming from the North Shore and talking about shopping malls. We don't have shopping malls. We have a few small little cafes that struggle at certain times of the year. And that's in both areas. We're trying to have a livable city, so we'll actually shove everyone back inside. Because some of these businesses will not be able to.
My understanding is the compromise we're suggesting is leaving cafes to be covered, so that the other street traders who come in, Mr. Whippy, etc., they often do come in from other areas anyway. So I think Councillor Cashmore and myself were talking about cafes as being still in it.
Cafes, restaurants.
Why don't we just let it sit on the table, Mr. Mayor, and have another go at it tomorrow? Well, here's the concerns.
Sounds like a damn good idea.
Yes, tomorrow never comes.
Actually, yeah, this is the reason why I decided to call this meeting at 4:30
I'm going to move
today,
that it be put.
because I suspect that the energy levels are starting to droop a little. Hey, I think there is some wisdom in that. It's a bit like the Pa Homestead thing. You know, there's one or two things going on here. Look, we could do this, we could do that. I mean, that's never good.
Think about
that's not good policy making.
Everyone's got to be brave on one hand, and next month they're getting free.
No. Councillor Mike, it's okay. I think that there's probably a way through it, but people are struggling with the potential loss of revenue as against whether or not there's actually a real benefit going on here. Right, and when this comes back in, can you get someone either from Orewa, now there must be someone who's got, aside from our two councillors, I'm not saying we don't accept the view that you're giving us, but someone from literally on the coalface.
Let's get it verified.
Talk about,
We can write that off the
tax.
Oh, that's it. Ask her to come in. Can you?
It's all tier 3, not just a
Write it off their tax.
Anyhow, I like the freestyle nature of this discussion at the moment, but Bill, you'll bring that back in tomorrow, okay? You and Penny, and just take on board some of the reservation.
Understand the sentiments.
Yeah. All right. And look, I think there might be a way through here. You've got one or two suggestions. You just need to flesh that out so we understand what that really means.
Yep.
And as I say, if there was someone in the staff who is working closely with either of those two communities to just give us a sort of a very clear understanding of what would be the consequence of a tougher line as against something more liberal along the lines of what you're suggesting with the cafes, etc. All right. So now next. Right, we have got solid waste targeted rates charges. All right, so we've got the inorganic collection, A. Oh, right, sorry. We're going on to C, any increases to street trading charges?
A, B and C probably all go.
Yeah, that's right, leave those. D, standardised cemetery fees, as included in attachment B2. Councillor Cathy.
I won't be supporting this if the Hauraki Gulf Islands are included still, which I understand they are from the attachment.
Yes, they are.
Yes, absolutely, and we had this discussion, so I guess that there will be some votes noted against. I think we probably gave us a pretty good sort of thrashing. So I'll move it. Is there a seconder?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Councillor George is second.
I move an amendment, therefore, and I'm sure that councillor Casey will support me in this, that we exclude Great Barrier Island
And
dig
Waiheke, the
in
Hauraki Gulf
Waiheke.
Islands.
from
Yeah,
this
I'll second that.
Well, that's fine, but who's going to dig the graves?
plot.
Oh, right.
Chuck it in there.
Barrier, yes.
What, do they just bury people in the backyard, or
Could be a few people after today, Mr.
do they not buy, do they not buy
Oh,
a plot?
John.
Well, anyone who's attended...
Warriors fans.
Anyone who's attended a cemetery, the cemetery and a funeral at Great Barrier in any time recently would know that it's the families themselves that
So
actually
what
know.
exactly are you excluding? You're excluding them from our service?
It's still in our cemetery though, isn't it?
Yeah. What are you doing?
DIY.
We got off the rubbish
My
fee.
understanding is they've never used our services, no one complained though.
Well, this is
But
going
you just build a whole
We got about 4
council
briefings
office
in this
for
so far, don't we understand it yet? Have another go, Andrew.
The harmonisation of the fees, standardisation of the fees in this space means that on Great Barrier, where I think the land was gifted
Yes.
to the community, we don't charge for the plot. The council doesn't charge for the plot, they charge for the digging. And my understanding is that the council staff do the digging to ensure that it, for
There you go.
regulatory reasons, or we get contractors to do it. And these fees will be the same as you might pay in Manurewa or South Auckland, where there is also not necessarily the highest levels of income in the region. And for those who might have difficulty managing the cost of a funeral, that WINS offer a grant of have available a grant of up to $2,000. So this will be the same as you'd pay anywhere else in the city.
Right, Councillor Mike.
Yes, this is not one of those last-minute pleas for a break that we've been hearing, or a favour for certain groups. This has been discussed from
Beginning.
the outset, and the council has consulted, and apparently the council hasn't really listened, which is a key aspect of consultation. Andrew is quite right on Great Barrier. The land was gifted on Waiheke Island. Local people dig the grave, usually by hand, or get it done anyway. However, the point I want to make is this: the fee increase is over the top and out of line. It's been objected to, and there is, when you say standardise, on the face of it, it sounds fair. However, in Manurewa and the other places you're talking about, people have a choice. There is a crematorium there, which we don't have on Waiheke Island or Great Barrier, and therefore I have to say that this is an unfair imposition. This is not a last-minute plea. This has been signalled from the outset, and to be honest with you, what we have done at the last minute today in terms of asking our ratepayers to stump up more money than we originally consulted on, this is an unnecessary irritant to the community. And I think it's not helpful for our overall cause. The money you're going to make from it is pathetic compared to the negative impact it will have on those island communities. And, you know, come up with something that's fairer, something that's more moderate, something that is phased in and not imposed as actually what this thing is a death tax.
Is it our officers who are actually digging the hole?
Contractors,
So paid for by us?
yes.
Because
Yeah, quite right. It's local contractors.
Yep.
You know, the local board can get this done way cheaper than what you are now plan to charge. and you should really listen to the local board on little things like this. This is not a big deal. This is just a minor irritant.
Yep,
But it's going to have a negative impact, and you don't need it. We don't need it.
Well, I thought we'd sorted it. Councillor Linda?
Yeah, I can't support this because I can't support any amendment to this because if you look at it, everything the council do is an irritant to everybody from what we've been hearing. You know, it's a one-off payment. You only ever have to pay it once. And we've already
Unless you're a cat.
we've already sorted out, you know, we've pulled back on the rubbish levies. We keep being told this is,
one-way ticket.
we should just make people at Takapuna Beach, Aoraki, and the rich farmers at Oriri Point pay for everything, actually. And
Okay.
everybody else who's disadvantaged shouldn't pay for anything.
Already are.
Don't you think, Bill?
We already are.
I mean, I just think we've got to,
Okay,
we've got to
okay,
start
look,
somewhere.
yeah, look, now,
It's not very often you
it's-
have to pay it.
That's right, look, it's our staff. Look, whether or not they're contracted or not, it's our guys doing it, and look, we know that
ratepayers are
we
paying for it.
subsidise Great Barrier significantly above
And Waiheke.
any other part except Waiheke, because we want to give them a standard of life and also support them. We've poured a lot of money in there over recent years, in particular around road sealing and putting in a new airway. Oh, come on. So, look, I think a fair suck of the salve here. You know, I'd understand if we were trying to charge someone who's doing a volunteer job on the island, but we're not. These are our guys. How's teeth? I mean, we've got to charge something, don't we? So, look, Michael, I've listened to you, but I don't think GBI can actually say that we're not listening to them and looking after them. Hell, we're doing a great job out there. Waiheke, but different. But GBI, I think by and large, are okay. So, look, I mean, I think we've had enough.
Well, they had their say.
Yep.
You asked for them
Yep,
to
that's right.
have their say. They said no, and you just totally ignore them. So what's the point of having your say?
Well, consultation
It's
doesn't
okay.
mean you have to do every single thing people say.
Okay, so we've got it moved and seconded as an amendment, and look, I'll put the amendment. All those in favour say aye.
Division.
No.
Carried on the voices, don't you reckon?
Oh, come on,
division.
you want a division on this?
Yeah, the amendment.
Vision.
Okay, put the division.
We're lost on voices.
Lost on your voice, right?
Okay, go.
Your worship?
No.
Councillor Nye?
Yes.
Councillor Brewer?
Gone.
It's gone. Councillor Casey?
Yes.
Councillor Cashmore?
No.
Councillor Cooper?
No.
Councillor Darby?
Four.
Councillor Filipaina? Councillor Fletcher?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hulse?
No.
Councillor Crum?
Against.
Councillor Lee?
Aye.
Councillor Penrose?
No.
Councillor Quacks?
Yes.
Councillor Stewart?
No.
If it's gone.
Member Wilcox?
No.
Councillor Sir John Walker?
No.
Councillor Wayne Walker?
Yes.
Councillor Watson?
Yes, tell them to sharpen their shovels.
Councillor Webster?
No.
Councillor Wood?
No.
Just won't pay them.
No, just missed, eh?
Doesn't look like 11.
Well,
No.
that was close.
Can't count.
Lost 11-9.
Yeah, I can see that, but that doesn't look like 11-9.
How much is that?
Is it member Jay
It's not
Tamahiri
11-9.
voting or?
Wilcox.
Oh, hang on, is he?
Wilcox is not recorded.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, tell GBI I still love them. Move the substantive. All those in favour say aye. Oh, come on. All those in favour say aye. Aye. No.
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 All right.
Recorded.
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 Oh, yes.
Record my vote again.
Yes, absolutely. We'll send that on the Bush Telegraph.